So hi everyone, Craig Hanson here guys, welcome to my video. We're looking at shallowing out the plane, shallowing out the downswing plane, flattening the downswing plane in this video, and we're going to be taking you through some slow motion clips, some great players, some less skilled players. You might actually see similar movements when we look at those type of players, and I'm going to show you one of the major moves, the fastest ways here to shallow out your plane. Now obviously there's different components that will move it a couple of degrees here and there. It's an interesting area of the swing. It's quite perhaps unnatural. The natural move is perhaps to come in steep, as we have millions and millions of people around the world doing it. But to understand how to go about cleaning it up, fixing it up, and getting yourself on the right path is very, very important to see improvement. And to work with the averages of movement. If you're seeing hundreds of players, and they're good players, and they're very, very close to each other, and comparing to yourself and you're miles away, well, the closer you get to these positions, the better you're going to hit it. The further away, the worse you're going to hit it. Now let's get in there and have a look. Now what we're looking at here is we see this fantastic golf swing. Getting up the top, we're seeing the wrist alignments are all nice, aren't they? Everything's lined up beautifully, looks like a machine. And we'll see that this shaft here will move down closer to the original shaft plane. Okay, so that is now flattening out, and we can see that it shaves down. This club head comes down, shaves in behind the hands. Now when we're looking at behind the hands, what does that mean? Alright, now you can see that club head is coming behind the hands, and the toe of the club, alright, the toe of the club is pointed up between 12 and 1 o'clock. Right, now how do I know this? If how can I get in there and relate to this? Well, you film your swing, right? And you film it with your mobile phone. Now this is something that we're showing you on World Class Golf Instruction. This is important to work on the correct information, right? Now, that's how we get good at something, people, isn't it? That's how you get good. You chip away at something over a period of time. Right? It's important to, that's how we improve. We don't do it by just trying this and trying that, and you've got to have a bit of a plan, a bit of structure. The closer you get to this entry, the better you'll hit it. Now, where are the club players? Right, and what's happening there? Well, when we draw up below, here's a gentleman that came to see me a couple of years ago. He's not swinging like that now. That's a good thing. But what we'll see is the top of the swing. We'll see this general move of the club golfer. We'll see them coming over the top. We'll see the club steepening. Most people don't know they're doing it, or if they do, they don't really know how to fix it, or it keeps coming back. So what we'll see here now is that club head coming in front of the hands. All right, so in front of the hands is in this direction here. Now, how many people are swinging like this around the world? You'd have to be saying somewhere around 30 million or something like that. So we'll see that club coming in, and we'll see the tour professional. All right, so he's over, where is he? If we draw up a line here on the other side. Now this is what I do a lot of the time, is I could imagine that this line's a wall. Right, now over this side here, this is the toilet of the golf swing. All right, so you see people crashing into the wall before they hit the ball. It's just not going to happen from there. And what we do is we collect the ball and the wall together at the bottom. Now if I pop up here, like this box system, I do this sometimes. I go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The higher up, the worse it is, the worse you're going to hit it. All right, so very clear, very interesting, and I mean this is what you need to do. But how do you go about fixing it? Well, I mean this move here that we see, I've taught in many different countries and filmed around 30,000 swings. So this is just something that you see all the time. Right? It's like the natural way to swing, people crashing into the wall. But if we can eliminate this, the closer we get to the position on the left here, the better you're going to hit it. Now I'm take you through here one of the major flattening moves, one of the flattening characteristics of the golf swing. Now I'm going to have Oosthuizen. I've got a couple of players here. We'll have a look at a club player. So we'll put on a club player through the golf ball here. And we'll see that club players will generally through the golf ball will have their back and upper body in this position here, with little to no lateral movement. Okay. Now when we're seeing advanced players moving, now we'll pop a line up here, we'll see lateral movement, a huge lateral shift, and we'll see Oosthuizen in the latter part of the downswing. If you can see his head actually moving slightly backwards as the hips moving forwards. Alright, so there's like a separation point in the swing. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Alright, so you can think about it this way. Alright, you can think about it that the hips moving slightly forwards this way, the head's not really moving forwards a whole bunch, and you've got an arch in the back. Now by looking at the club players compared to the club players swing on, they all swing the same just about. Right? And people think this has got a lot to do with flexibility. It's not. You know, I've got so many people in their 60s and 70s swinging like this. You know, but it's just the natural move of the club golfer to swing in the way that they swing. World Class Golf Instruction has over 700 detailed videos for every golfer. Practice programs and evidence-based material is applied to helping you to become your own coach and play your best golf. Join us in the chat room and join the community of World Class Golf Instruction. We're just seeing this type of move through the golf ball, and with advanced players, when we see Fleetwood here moving the club down, we'll see the lead hip moving. You know, we'll have a look, we'll get him up to the top, and we'll see the lead hip moving a mile forwards. Dr. Robert J. Neal has said, the leading sports biomechanics specialist, that there's 10 to 14 centimetres of lateral movement with the lead hip from the start position moving into impact from your address position. There's 4 to 6 inches. Yeah, you'll see Tommy Fleetwood here, who's really one of the better iron players in the world, and you'll see the hip moving forwards. Then you see the arch of the back here. We can see so many other players. Garcia, statistically one of the better iron players. From statistics, we're looking at Tiger Woods and Garcia really being the leading players. You see that the head just moving, the latter part of the downswing moving backwards there, hip moving forwards, and understanding if you get closer, get yourself inside some of the averages, you might actually hit it really, really well. Right? And getting this back arched up. We've seen it from great players. Ball striker, one of them that comes to mind, this reason I popped it in the video, is Elkington. And what a golf swing. This guy was voted many, many years in a row best swing on tour and leading really high in greens and regulation. And when you have a look at, because it's a little bit of an exaggeration move, but this is this is your exercise, right? This is what I want you guys to sort of visualize or practice a little bit. You move it, moving the hip forwards, but the heads, you can stay there. Actually, he does it quite extreme. It's a bit like Ballesteros in a way, that the head doesn't mean you have to thrust the knees out towards the ball. I like to see solid footwork through the ball. But a lot of people are looking at early extension as early extension will actually, for a lot of people, shallow out the plane. They stand back up, and I've seen people working on it and actually hitting it worse. The early extension comes from different areas in the swing. That's another area. We've got an early extension series on World Class Golf Instruction. So it becomes more extreme with the driver. Here's Nick Cullen, that I had the pleasure of assisting when he won the Australian Masters. We'll see that the head here will actually, because we're hitting a little bit more on the way up, and perhaps a little bit more from the inside, we'll see the head move further back, and we get that type of position through the golf ball, similar to a McIlroy. Jack Nicklaus was telling us this but years and years ago. And you look at the average handicap around the world in the last 30 years, it's improved by one shot. We'll see McIlroy with the arch of the back here, and we know, if you've known some of my other videos, you'll see, obviously a huge separation and a leading of that lead hip moving forwards. And in the latter part of the swing, we start to see the head back up and move back up. And here's the great man, obviously Nicholas here, moving through the golf ball, and how's the footwork. I love to see this left leg, this left knee stay solid, and this left foot stay solid through the golf ball. It's the guys will, at high speeds will twist a bit, but have a feeling that the left leg is, you're hitting into a solid left side to stop any early twisting or movement. But you'll see the back here also arch back up. And guys, and this is how you hit a ball, from the inside, leading here and creating some separation, and then the arch in the back. Now, I like to talk about world-class golf instruction as it's, it's helping so many people around the world, and it's great to see it grow. Join the community. We show you many different exercises and drills, and talk about really the true facts of the golf swing. There's different patterns, and we look at those components and finding your own style and working with your dominating swing style and pattern. And join the community. If you're after online lessons, please check out Craig Hanson Golf.com. I'm teaching people online from all around the world, and it's been a pleasure to help and assist so many people. If you like the video, guys, like the video, that helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the button, hit the bell. Plenty more videos coming your way. So thanks for watching.